Hi there, this is Chris from Money Hub, and this video looks at Harmoney. So just as a background, Harmoney is a personal lender covering a whole bunch of different loans, debt consolidation, car loans, and also personal loans. The origins of Harmoney are pretty simple. It started off around 10 years ago, and it was first a peer-to-peer lender, which meant people would give it money and then Harmoney would lend it out to other people. That became slightly constrained in most likelihood, and so it became a full-on non-P2P lender or non-peer-to-peer lender. Now you can borrow from it at interest rates usually between 6.99% and 19.99%, and it sits in a kind of a very much an online lender, very much focusing on seamless processes and low fee. So they've established $150 per loan drawn down, and you can borrow up to $70,000. That really is the model. It really is focusing on maximum volumes. It's not a specialty lender. It's looking at people who want a personal loan or want to consolidate loans, and then it's offering loans at the best it possibly can. Harmoney's one of the largest non-bank lenders in New Zealand. What this guide is, it's just really walking you through exactly how it works and what the pros and cons of Harmoney are and what you need to know. So just as a background, it does offer both personal loans and business loans, and none of the loans are secured. That is quite a unusual approach, but that's what Harmoney does. So at the moment, there's no collateral sort of requested, and they're lending in good faith based on your borrowing history or on your credit score and affordability. So just as a background, what do you need to do to be able to get a Harmoney loan? Well, you need to be at least 18 years old, and you need to be able to afford the loan. Plus, you need to have valid ID checks and some bank statements and everything like that. So what you can do is you can get a free quote from their platform. And what it is, it's very, very simple to use. And you have to register first, and then you just go through a few questions, and then it'll lead you to what the interest rate they're going to offer will be. And yeah, as they explain it here, they get to know you, asking these questions, then you get your quote, and then you can decide if you want to go ahead with it or not. And should you want to, they promise that you'll be funded within 24 hours, which means you'll get the money in your bank account. There are lots of reviews on Harmoney, and it is worth just having a look through them just to see if there's anything that kind of sticks out for you or anything on Google reviews that you might find useful. We find it quite helpful sometimes just to browse through these online reviews, because you can't of course get everything from the Harmoney website or any website for that matter. So the online reviews will kind of speak to you a little bit more personally than perhaps even our review. Just as a background, they offer loans $2 to $70,000. You can get them to 3, 5, or 7 years. Then, as I mentioned, there's the $150 fee for drawdown, and then if you do want to repay, then you'll pay $0 to do so, which is that is actually quite attractive. Normally, some lenders will charge you for an early repayment fee. Some of them will charge you a monthly statement fee or a monthly account fee. Harmoney doesn't do any of that. It's just giving you an online loan and making sure that you have access for it at all time. So you can sign in, you can see what your balance is, and if you have some spare money, you can pay it off. Just further back to our review. So as I said, free quote there, and then it's pretty much business as usual. When the loan comes down, you can then do with it what you intended to. And as we've said, the best approach is to get a quote and then be as honest as possible with doing so. So don't, when it does come down to the application, don't make anything up, because everything does need to be in good faith. And it's just worth knowing that you'll need to be quite extensive with what you list under the CCCFA framework, which is all about credit contracts, which of course getting a loan with Harmoney is one. You need to be very clear with your income, your debts, and other related personal information. So please, don't be short with that stuff. You have to be fully transparent. That way, Harmoney can properly assess you. The worst thing is you get a loan, and it's not affordable for you or something like that. That's no one benefits from that. So that's something just to keep an eye out. Bear in mind as you go through the application process. So as I said, there is this one-off $150 fee, but there's also late payment fees if you're not able to make the payments in time. So be aware of that. There is also payment protection insurance, which is always optional. That really comes down to whether or not you want to take that. We have guides of that, one of which is listed below. And we personally don't see a lot of benefit with it. There's been a lot of issues with it over in Australia. Those policies, not from Harmoney specifically, just in general, payment protection insurance. But, it's something to consider, and certainly it's not going to appeal to everybody, but, some people still do buy it. You can change your mind, which is quite good with Harmoney. So if you've decided to take down some money and then you've, changed your mind, you've got 7 days there, and you won't be charged the $150 establishment fee. So that's quite good. And as I previously said, Harmoney doesn't require security. So that is, quite unique for the market. But certainly they may change that at any point. So if they do, we'll be updating our guidance, on our review to reflect that. And you've got up to 60 days to compare the offer that you get from applying to Harmoney with other offers. If you decide to go ahead, the money can be there within about 24 hours if it's a business day, and the repayment of it is you'll be set up with a schedule to make sure that you can afford the repayments and also that they work with your cash flow, i.e. Wage payments. So that's the summary there. I'm just going to flip back into the Harmoney website. So we do think Harmoney is quite transparent with its frequently asked questions and things like that, but make sure that you do ask, not just Harmoney, any lender or anyone that you deal with. The best thing is to do that up front. Make sure any questions you have are clearly answered and you understand them. The worst thing is to do is not ask them, think, I'll ask about that later, draw down the loan, and then you're out of the cooling off period, and then you can't get out of it, or if something is not right, you're stuck with it. Just be aware that they have an extensive footer, which is worth looking at. So so you can find that under the personal loans. Don't look at the lenders stuff, because this is just for historical lenders here, and you don't need to worry about that. But if you want to have a look at things like the payment protect, which I talked about, and also the interest rates, then you can see that it's very, very transparent the way that they present it, and it's worth a read. And then they've also talked about the default fees and any legal fees and things like that. So that's worthwhile having a look at. And then it says here that payment protect is no longer being offered. That's actually quite encouraging. So that's worth noting. Sorry, I didn't notice that before, but that is quite good news, and it means Harmoney is sort of moving in the direction that other lenders don't follow, which is disappointing for other lenders, but it's good for Harmoney. So have a browse around the site. You can find everything you need there, under the personal loan section, and each loan really is quite sort of comprehensively explained, so it does help you make an informed choice. Normally, what we always say is don't rush into any personal loan. They're not always suitable for you. They do require repayment, which sort of surprisingly people do forget about. So be aware that just because you take out $5,000-$10,000 or whatever, it seems like a cheap weekly or fortnightly or monthly repayment. Those repayments do add up. At the same time, the interest rate's ticking along, and you are liable for it from day one until the loan's actually cleared. So do please keep that in mind. And second to that, make sure that you do look at other lenders as well, get some free quotes, from others, just to make sure that you know exactly what you should be paying or what you could be paying. Harmoney, of course, they are competitive from what we've seen, but at the same time you might find a lender that's more suitable for you, so it's good just to have some quotes to know who is sort of the cheapest for your loan purpose. Right. If you have any questions, please let us know below in the comments, and looking forward to hearing from you. We are very responsive, so do just shout out if you have any questions or anything like that. We're always going to answer them quite promptly. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing comments from you. Thanks.